Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of episode 4 of the roundtable discussion, Codex Escalation, with my panel here, TonyPonyF and SolidSmurf. We're moving on to part 2, like I said, with question number 4, which is, let me put a little precursor here. I know that question number 4 is going to start a bit of a flame war. If it does, the people involved will be blocked from the channel because I'm just not dealing with it. The question is, which of the Army Codices are overpowered? And for that, we're going to go ahead and jump on over to TonyPonyF. So you're up, my man.
Oh, God, my head's on the block first. Same thing. I'm not answering any comments or emails either. But
can we all say it on the Wait. I think we're all going to have the same answer. Should we just count to 3 and just say it all at the same time?
Oh, I don't know what your answer is. I wasn't ready.
Well, it's not.
Anyway, Tony,
I honestly say there's two schools. And we'll go back to, I guess, I don't know. We're going to go back as far as Chaos Space Marines with the updates. There are the codexes that have been updated and the codexes that have not. And that's your two schools. Now, inside the codexes that have been updated, I really do have to say that they are on a little bit of an equilibrium. If you all take the power gaming list out of each one of those codexes, it will be a good game. If you don't, even a basic list from some codexes will just kick the crap out of, the basic list from another codex. So I'm going to say none are. But I will give some props out there to Eldar, saying your ability to just be in a war game and not do anything warlike and not fight at all, and just to avoid everything other than the knife in the ground, is a great way of just winning.
All right. That's interesting. Interesting aspect there. I love how you you say that yes there is and then no there's not. Smurf, you're up. Yeah.
I don't like this question.
You just don't want the PMs, right?
Yeah, I don't want the PMs. If you PM me about this, I don't care. I'm just going more. I'm going to go with Space Wolves IG. Somewhere in the IG, not so much. IG is just kind of annoying. Mainly Space Wolves, and I'll get into why in our little discussion.
All right, here we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take the bull by the horns, and I'm going to say yes. There are 3 broken codices. Ready? Here you go. Space Wolves. IG for you power gamers out there, and the people who are playing Black Legion Chaos, have some cojones and pick a side. All right, I'm done with my little rant, and I'm like I said.
How are orcs not on that list?
What? No, orcs aren't on that list. Nah.
I think there's gonna be a wog coming at your house pretty soon, though. Oh. That's a little bit of a dangerous comment right there.
But honestly, those are my top 3. Any further discussion, or with you guys all being like, no, I don't want to answer this question, we're going to move on to the next one.
I'm going to put orcs on his list of armies, too. I'm sorry. It's very hard to deal with. I have 150, 180 models on the table, regardless of who your army is. Even if you're packing 5-point flashlights, they're still just flashlights. It's just a lot of armies are built to be MEQ, Marine Killers. And I ain't gonna cut it for orcs. And then orcs just do stupid stuff. Like I have this 2-point grot on the side that fixes my wheel on a 4+. I mean, I think you gotta throw that in the list as well.
Smurf?
Is this our little discussion? Because I've been holding back. I think it all comes down to what makes a goofy codex. And a goofy codex is one that takes the principles of the game and destroys them and makes them cry. So when you start taking the core rules of what makes a winning strategy, not a winning list, not a winning army, but a winning strategy, and you go, no. It just...
I think you need to define what you'd call a winning strategy.
Okay, for example, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not trying to bash any codex or anything.
Totally hypothetical, I'm sure.
Totally hypothetical. Let's say you're playing Annihilation, and you have a unit, and you go to attack, and you're like, I got a kill point, and they go, no, you killed that unit, you no longer get a kill point for it. Okay.
What codex does that come out of?
Oh,
what codex does that come out of?
I'm not getting into this. Or let's say oh, yeah, I got these cool infiltrator dudes. And you go, no, I have this thing that says no. And, oh, you're in cover, but I'm going to draw a line of sight from it, so it denies your cover save. And you're just like, you know, little things like that.
Or
really
I think this is being filmed from his bathroom. He sounds very constipated.
No, that's my internal organs crying out in pain because it's so atrocious.
Or you think you have outflank, but oh no, you don't. Is that another one of those examples that you would give?
I mean,
I only subtract one from it. Who cares? You know, what's one between friends, really?
When a codex causes more questions than it answers, like, oh, I can't infiltrate, so thus I can't outflank. So, but I have to come in on that side. So, but I can't come in on that side. So, do I die? You know, what happens? Do they go back and you know what? What does it do? I mean, when
roll a
you
d6.
I think it's a deep strike mishap, right?
See what when it causes more questions like that because it's breaking it's breaking the life force of the game. I don't know. I mean, it just that's
okay. Smurf, wrap it up. Wrap it up.
I'm done.
Question
I want you to play Chaos. Go Chouse. Anyways,
question number 5 is Codex Escalation only really a problem for power gamers? And this Smurf we're sending over to you.
Yes. Okay, I'm done.
All right. Fantastic answer. Tony, what's your take on this?
I think it's a problem for everybody because even a balanced list of some of these new codexes can just be downright brutal to some armies that just are not in the new update SKU. I.e., if you came before Chaos Space Marines, you know, even a balanced list from any of the new current codexes will just kick you in the face. I mean, I think that's what it's come down to.
No, it's not just an issue for power gaming, although it blows up when you start power gaming. But it really is the case now where, you know, in the 41st millennium, all it is a game of rock, paper, scissors, you know, cause you seriously have armies now where, you know, hey, I'm taking Space Wolves, hey, I'm taking, you know, IG, and all of a sudden the Space Wolves win, period. It doesn't really matter what you pick.
I mean, are we opening this up?
Yes, open discussion. Make it happen.
I mean, when I see it as there are two types of players in this game. There are players who bring a list, and even if they're playing a power-heavy codex, and they're just playing to have fun, I'm okay to that. It's when it's a gamer that brings a list to make you cry. That's when I go into the game and I'm like, I don't want this game. Because I know his goal in life is to crush my army like a little, you know, he's going to be like, your team is made of babies, you know, and I don't want to see that type of gaming spirit in my gaming circles. I want to see laughter and fun and handshaking and
I think you can have that without it, but I mean, look, I'm going to talk about my gaming club. You can't not bring a competitive list even to a friendly night, even with friends. And we still have a lot of fun with our hyper-competitive list, but I need to pull out all the stops, and I need to make my list the best I have. Now, of course, like most of us, we have financial money restrictions. We can't take the leaf blower list, but, you know, you have to take, in my group, you have to take the most competitive list you can possibly make. Otherwise, you're not going to have a chance, and that's even against the average gamer. So I think the gaming community as a whole is turning into this world where it's just, it's power gaming because there's all the advice out there. And that's the end of it.
Right. All right. So we're moving on to question number 6. You know what that means. It means that we're doing our crazy predictions. Make a prediction, no matter how outlandish, about the future of Codex Escalation and the Warhammer 40K universe. And for this, we're actually going to start with Doremicom. My prediction is that, like the fantasy world of GW's line, eventually we're going to see a potential removal of Apocalypse as the current codices are so potent and ridiculous that you don't need to go and look at Imperial armor. All you got to do is look at your own codex, and you now have a 3,000 to 5,000 point army that can take on just about anything in Apocalypse. Tony, what's your take?
I agree with that. I think the 4-org chart's going to go out the window, and they're just going to make it. That's a really good point. Of the Apocalypse SKU, because then the games are infinitely sized. And like I said in my other video, you can't make the units any cheaper. You got to force us to take more of them, GW. And the only way you're going to do that is making Apocalypse the new norm.
Smurf.
I think we're all going to be playing movie Marines, where we're going to have 6 guys that can tear through a horde of dudes all by themselves, and we just need those 6 guys, and we're good, and we're going to have, either we're going to go to a huge scale, or we're going to go really small scale with totally awesome dudes, and I'm guessing we're going small. Because we all seen Ultramarines, right?
Right.
They're babies! Anyways.
My second prediction, just because I want to say it, is that I think eventually we're going to get to the game where 2 people are going to bring their list. They're going to look at each other's list and not bother emptying out their cases because it takes too long to set a game up and go, well, you would have won. That's
it. Good investment.
That's it for episode 4 of the Roundtable Discussion. Hope you guys have a good time. And never know what episode 5 is going to be because I don't know what it's going to be yet. Peace out, guys.
I do.